What we do as a school is use the building as a tool for instruction.
We save the planet, save some money, and save some lives.
We're the world's first carbon-neutral airline.
Welcome to Save My Planet. I'm Stephen Brooks, here in Costa Rica, one of the greenest places on Earth. It's also home to the world's first carbon-neutral airline. What exactly is that? We'll tell you all about it a little later. First, we're headed to the Windy City to see how one public school has gone totally green. Its commitment to sustainability shows up in everything, from the building kids learn in to the subjects they study. Let's go take a look.
What else?
Tarkington School serves about 1,100 students. Our grades go from pre-K all the way to 8th grade. Our school was the first green school in the state of Illinois. And when we first opened our doors, it was one of the few schools in the whole country that obtained LEED certification.
LEED is a rating system for green building. It stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design.
The LEED certification, as well as the Green School title, comes mostly from the building structure itself.
Okay, morning guys. Today we're gonna have Joyce and Kevin working 123, doing a scrub on the floor. As the chief engineer, my job is to conserve energy and operate a safe and efficient building. The automation system lets you know actual facts that's going on with your systems. This is a tool that us as engineers, we can look at and notice, hey, if there's a problem, something's off of whack, we can take action on it and correct it.
About 35% of the building materials need to be recycled materials.
And what we have here is a terrazzo floor, which is made from recycled glass. It's mixed in with an epoxy, poured over, it's let set, then they grind it down to a smooth finish. It is very durable and easy to maintain.
Over here, we have our partitions that are made from recycled plastic, which makes it very unique and environmentally friendly. Our toilets are unique in the sense that your typical toilet may flush 4 gallons. This toilet here flushes 1.6 gallons, almost the same as a urinal, and you're using very little water. And again, it's all touchless, hands-free, so no germs or nothing like that for the kids. And once they're done, you get up, walk away, and they flush by themselves. The other environmentally friendly feature in the student washrooms is the touch-free sinks. Minimal water is used. The sink's actually made from recycled product as well. There's no waste, there's no continuously running water, and everything's hands-free.
Water's not the only thing they're conserving. A giant rooftop garden helps cut down on the energy needed to heat and cool the building.
The green roof was an essential component that gave us our LEED certification. Part of what the green roof does on an operational level for the building is really provide a type of insulation so that in the summer the building remains cooler, in the winter it remains warmer.
The basic principle of a roof deck garden is to conserve energy by absorbing rainwater to help cool and maintain a roof, and the other portion of the rainwater gets thrown back into the atmosphere.
What we do as a school is use the building as a tool for instruction. So our primary focus with our kids is integrating environmental sustainability as well as environmental consciousness.
I just love the fact that we can start at the ground level with our students and with their families to make an impact in our local environment and hopefully later on. That's probably one of the things that's most exciting to me, is just working with our kids to help them learn more about being green.
Wow, I wish I went to a school like that growing up. But can a building really inspire students to be more green? It sure can. When we come back, we're gonna go to class and see how kids are getting schooled in sustainable living. Welcome back to Save My Planet. We're taking a look at one of the greenest schools in America, Tarkington Elementary in Chicago. From rooftop gardens to compost bins, they've built the whole facility to run sustainably. And that's given teachers and students one of the best classrooms for an eco-friendly education.
There's a lot of features of our building that get us to our certification. But I think beyond that, it's weaved into our curriculum, and it's kind of a way to provide a curriculum for students that's lived.
The way teachers are able to implement green issues or environmental issues into the curriculum takes form in very creative ways a lot of times.
I want them to be able to learn by doing things. I think that's how we learn best. And a school garden and a green curriculum offers innumerable opportunities for that to happen.
What do you know about what we use oil for, Charles?
Science is taught in a different way. We use a lot of the natural settings outside to kind of bring in and point out how important our ecosystems are. The green roof provides an ecosystem that the students are able to study and see, and they could see bird habitats forming there and things of that sort. They're able to follow plant life cycles through winter, summer, spring, and then fall.
The green roof, I incorporated into my water unit when we do a little tour of the school and we look at how that roof is set up to retain some of the water.
I do think of myself as green because I try to conserve energy, like make sure I'm doing my part to help out.
We also have a student body component. It's called the Green Club. Our Green Club initiated the unveiling of our greenhouse, which we just got last year.
It's for the kids to learn how to grow and study the growth process and all the other stuff, science. The composting bins, what they're going to be used for is to put all the waste from the lunchroom, orange peels, banana peels, all that stuff, to make the soil that the kids can actually come, and we're going to fence this off, and this will be like a little workstation for the kids to come in and learn all about it and learn how to do it.
And what the kids are learning at school, they take home to share with friends and family.
We're going to be looking at different forms of energy and how it's transferred into energy that's used in our homes.
When we're talking about something that does relate to their daily lives, first of all, they get really excited about it. Second of all, they get really excited to tell other people about it, and usually that means going home.
I've told my family about how to be green. Well, they were like just kind of surprised that I said something and that they did something. Oh, like, who told you this and all that? And I'm like, well, I learned it at school.
Currently, we're in an energy unit, so they've gone home and talked to their parents about the electrical bills, something they've never even looked at before.
We had to figure out how we would make the utility bill going down by using less energy.
Students that do this at the school take that back home and really influence their parents and the community by doing the same thing.
My family separates the garbage and the things that are like recycled.
I made them install like a lot of CFL light bulbs. They have a different perspective now. Like my mom, she just buys them automatically without me telling her.
Just walking into the building every day, I think, is a reminder of our footprint and how our everyday choices do affect the planet.
It's not that difficult to be green, but just people automatically think, oh, being green, it's hard. You have to do a lot of stuff, but it's not really that hard.
Sounds like someone's been listening in class, and that's good, because pretty soon, these are the people who will be running things.
Okay, is this pipeline underground?
It's our duty as educators to prepare kids for the workforce of their generation and what's going to be needed there.
You know, this is the next generation of scientists on our hands. Them realizing that fossil fuels, non-renewable resources, they are not going to be around forever. Who's going to solve this problem? And I think that helps us reinforce in our students that, hey, you will be leading next. You know, what are you going to do?
I feel good. I feel like I'm an asset to helping the environment and helping make Earth a better place.
And it also makes me feel proud because we're like an example to other schools.
And hopefully this small drop in a pond, which we call Tarkington, ripples throughout the city and throughout the country.
Maybe that ripple effect will hit your community too. Now that's a school project to be proud of. When we come back, we'll travel to Los Angeles and meet some former inmates who are turning over a new leaf and joining the green collar economy. Welcome back to Save My Planet. Solar power is an incredible source of energy. It doesn't pollute, it's quiet, and it's renewable. In Los Angeles, there's a group of people that are using solar power not only to save the Earth, but to change lives too.
My name is Albert Ortega. I'm the solar panel coordinator for Homeboy Industries.
Homeboy Industries is the largest gang intervention program in the country and serves the entire county of Los Angeles. About 800 different gangs, 12,000 gang members a year walk through our doors.
And almost every person who spends time here has actually done time in a prison cell.
We try to help them redirect their lives, get gainful employment, and help them begin again.
Strip this back, and it should look just like that.
Okay, it's Father Greg's motto. You can read it on every single Homeboy shirt. He wants jobs, not jail.
Maybe they've come to an end of their rope in their life, and they know that this is maybe one of the ways out, and they put their whole heart into it, and I appreciate that.
Green is probably the next big thing. And then we thought, well, if we could get ahead of that moment where we train folks to install solar panels, that we might have an opportunity to create employment for large numbers of folks. And so far, you know, hundreds have gone through this training program.
Doesn't fit, I told you. That's why you use an L.
This is where they learn how to do basic installations from beginning to end. This is basically a simulation of the roof, where they'll be installing the solar panels at.
We show the guys from beginning to end, so they get a better understanding of how everything comes together.
So how does everything come together?
Here we have the modules. So from here, when the light hits it, it will produce a voltage. At this point, you can see the cables going into the combiner box. From here, you can see the conduit coming down here, entering the disconnect box. Open and close disconnects the modules here. Okay. From this point, you can see it goes right over into the inverter. It changes the DC through all of its magic here, then it goes out to AC.
DC is the kind of electricity that comes from batteries. AC is what you get from a wall outlet.
So this is a main service panel that you would see in your home. So at this point, in the back here, we have the AC being fed from the inverter here. And then dissipates along the loads, or if there aren't any loads being used in the home, it actually comes back, spins the main backward, and feeds the grid.
That sun is everything. We exist because of it. Everything around comes from it. To dig things out of the ground and burn them is actually kind of stupid. It's getting sent for free every day in heat and light. We could take advantage of it like that. It just takes a little awakening of the consciousness by everybody.
We did one not too long ago. Guy's bill was $5.50 a month. We brought it down to 18 cents a month. It came down to 18 cents. That's a dramatic change.
Even more dramatic is what's happening inside the classroom to the former gang members who are learning to think green.
I'm an ex-gang member, prison, all that good stuff, so I decided to start going the right way and live my life better for my children. So I decided to get in a program like this.
I spent 14 years of my life in prison. You know what? My oldest daughter, she's 15. I didn't know her. You shouldn't have to put your kids through that. And there's a different way to do it.
I never thought I was going to be a part of the Green Initiative. We need to start putting these things on top of our roof to save energy, but also for our kids. It's hard work, but it makes me feel good.
Every single guy that I place out of this class, you know what? They're doing what they're supposed to do, you know what? Everybody's happy, you see them with smiles, they're learning something. This is what they needed to do when they were growing up.
It's really wonderful. I can help improve the environment. Now I can help society. I can help the individuals coming from Homeboy. I'm telling you, my day is wonderful each day.
Because of the population we choose to serve here, these are folks who are on the margins. And this would be a way to do three things, you know, save the planet, save some money, and save some lives. And so that's kind of a threefer. So we hope that'll be attractive to people.
It's a change for us. You know what, from corruption, destruction, all this stuff that's out here, you know what I mean, killing the earth, destroying the ozone layer, to like, you know what, we're helping the environment now. You know what, we're sorry, but we're gonna try to fix this. This is a lot better. You know, this is a place that saved my life.
Father Boyle says he likes that the ex-gang members who have done so much harm are now out there trying to heal the planet. Now that's a great kind of green. When we come back, we're gonna travel to Costa Rica and check out the world's first carbon neutral airline. Welcome back to Save My Planet. Getting around is a big part of life. And for a lot of us, this could sometimes mean hopping on a plane and flying somewhere. But as we all know, air travel leaves a huge carbon footprint. In fact, the airline industry puts as much greenhouse gas into the atmosphere as the entire continent of Africa. Well, here in Costa Rica, there's an airline that's committed to changing all that by making itself carbon neutral. Let's go take a look. I'm here with Alexi Huntley, who is the commercial director for Nature Air. It's a regional airline here in Costa Rica. How are we doing today, Alexi?
We're doing fantastic.
Excellent. Tell me a little bit about this airline.
Oh, this airline's been around for about 10 years. It flies to about 17 destinations here in Costa Rica, Panama, and Nicaragua.
And I understand that you guys are doing something really special here with the airline. Tell me about it.
Well, since about 2004, Nature has been the world's first carbon neutral airline, which basically means that what we've been doing is trying to reduce our carbon emissions. But there's a limit to how much we can actually do. We've improved our fuel efficiency by about 7%, but we've kind of reached the limit of what we can do in the sense of reducing that. So what we then look towards is how do we compensate for the emissions that we're still emitting? And what we've chosen is conservation of tropical forests here in Costa Rica.
I'm here with Jorge Rodriguez, who's the Minister of the Environment here in Costa Rica. What an honor. They've worked really closely with Nature Air, helping them become the first carbon neutral airline. Tell me about it.
Con una inversión aproximada cercana a los $80,000, Nature Air está llevando la conservación de esas áreas.
So Nature Air is working with small farmers, helping them reforest in the same area where they're bringing their passengers?
Sí.
You know, Jorge, $80,000 doesn't sound like that much money. How much carbon, does that take out of the atmosphere?
Nosotros, a través de toda esta inversión y todo este trabajo, lo que hemos logrado es capturar 30,000 toneladas de CO2.
And of course, that's not all the carbon for Costa Rica, but it's a great step in the right direction.
Welcome aboard Nature Air. This is a flight directing to San Jose.
I'm here with Carlos Soto, who's a pilot here on Nature Air. So what kind of plane is this one?
This is a de Havilland Twin Otter.
I love my favorite.
Yeah, that's one of the best turboprops ever built.
So this isn't just a regular jet engine?
Actually, it's a twin turboprop. You can see that it's a small engine. And that way, it's a more fuel-efficient engine. You have 620 horsepower in this small engine, but it only takes 90 gallons an hour of fuel.
Wow.
Versus a jet engine that burns more than 200 gallons an hour. These are the flaps here. The pilots, they control the flaps during the approach to have the aircraft configured and really well balanced. That way, we reduce the displacement of the aircraft while it goes to the ground. So that way we'll do faster approaches than normal.
So these are all just little things that Nature Air is doing to help lessen their carbon footprint. Each little thing goes a long way. When there's so many flights each day, it makes a real difference. What other kind of things are you doing for the environment?
Well, we have the alternative fueling station. We have about 6 ground vehicles. We have generators. We have trucks to pull the planes, taxiing them. So this is all things as well that we were compensating for through conservation, but it's then something that we found out we could use biodiesel in all of those vehicles and generators.
I'm here with Javier Pacheco, and he is the manager here of the ground fleet of Nature Air. And what does that mean? What do you do?
Well, our contribution, Stephen, to the carbon neutral program is using biofuel in our trucks.
Biodiesel is a combination of vegetable oil, lye, and alcohol. And where does the vegetable oil come from?
We have 2 sources. The guy that we buy the product from, the final product, the biodiesel, and then all of us, all the co-workers here at the group of Nature Air, we bring our own used oil from home in a little containers. And so when the biodiesel product comes in, we give him the used oil so that he can recycle it. So Stephen, these are the containers that we give to our co-workers so they can take home. Pretty much the idea is that after they're done cooking, just to pour the used vegetable oil into this container, bring it to us, we'll put it into a big container, and as soon as the biodiesel truck comes up with our final product, he collects the used oil and takes it back to his processing plant.
It just must be such a great education for your employees.
That's the idea. We want to spread the word, little by little, container at a time. We are putting in our little effort here.
At the end of the day, people love flying us, and we're a good company. But yet, we're trying to do a responsible job to the destinations, communities, and our employees, our team members that we have. So, you know, that's just what you do. And more companies are hopping on board, but I think it's spreading. This thing is going global.
The work being done by Nature Air is proof that even a business as big as an airline can find innovative ways to run itself sustainably. It's just one more example how all kinds of people, from school kids to ex-cons, are doing their part to help save the planet. I'm Stephen Brooks. See you next time.